So let me share my screen. Hopefully there's nothing embarrassing. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Oh, jeez. What's that? Oh, no. Oh, that's embarrassing. My background.
Hold up, I didn't even.
That's not what I was supposed to show.
We need to get that clip later from your stream.
This is what I meant to put up. Your uni set from
Genesis
Gen
last
X2.
year, or no, Genesis this year, right?
And it's the same difference at this point.
I'm losing track of freaking. See, that was part of yeah, because you heard in the stream, right? We were doing a 2025 like summary or whatever, and in my list, like, I don't know why it didn't occur to me, like all the events and stuff that I went to. I'm losing track of time or something, but yeah, this was one of the main 2 sets that I wanted to look at, not only because it's like from Under Night, but also I'm curious what your observations will be when it comes to some specific things that I want to work on. There will likely be some gaps in knowledge shown, but some fundamental stuff may still be able to be pointed out as well. I hope. We'll see.
Yeah. I will say, what are your overall goals in gameplay? I guess we should start from there. What are your overall goals in, I guess, trying to... Where do you feel like your biggest holes are that you want to work on? Let me put it that way.
Sorry, I'm trying to think of the best way to sum it up.
Yeah, you're fine.
There might be multiple aspects to it, but at least one of the things, the general summary is working on my offense. Again, I think there's more things to it, but in a general sense, that seems to be one of my main shortcomings, is being able to be comfortable initiating offense and properly cycling options and building the mental stack to give my opponents problems to deal with. Because that's usually the opposite of how I play. I'm trying to get people to commit to things and then punish them for their commitments. But in the situations where I need to initiate and be offensive, I need to make sure I'm also good at making the opponent have to deal with stuff.
Okay.
Hopefully that sums it up okay.
Yeah. No, that sums it up great. Before we get too deep, let me turn off some stuff. Because I have so many things just randomly open. Okay. I do also want to check. Can you see this color fine? I'm probably not going to use Epic Pen too much, but...
color?
I can show. If you're looking on the screen, let's see the screen.
Oh yeah, there's a light blue there.
Yeah. Okay. I'm probably not gonna use it too much, just because I think it's less useful in situations like, or in games like SamSho and Uni, but I might pull it out every now and again. Okay, so let's go into game 1. I'm gonna mute commentary, guys. Sorry for the fucking...
Oh, it's fine. Commentary varies between informative and memey.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be entertaining, right? More than anything.
Yeah.
First thing I want to talk about, this hitbox, is this custom? Because damn, it's...
Yes, that was made by my homie GK Zanite, Senkow homie. He's basically our local tech guy and like essentially mechanic. Yeah, well, that's actually the second version of a hitbox he made me. It's the same buttons, which is why they're all worn out, but he cleaned up the wires, made a new case. I keep forgetting what wood that is, but yeah. I've been telling him he needs to, like, establish his social media presence more, because the more I get complimented on this fight stick, like, the more I realize I don't have anything to direct people to, like, because he doesn't really advertise this about himself.
Yeah, and he can do limited. He can state limited commissions. You know.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I only do like 5. I can only do like 5 every few months, so because it probably goes with a lot of work.
Exactly.
Anyways, as we're going into it, this is kind of one of those like higher level player things where you probably have played Weeb before, right? And you kind of have an idea of how he wants to play this matchup.
This person specifically, I don't think I had.
Okay. So this is more of you're playing based off the matchup, not the player.
Yeah. Well, in fact, both. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. I think this is the match. Hopefully, I told you the right match. Because this was a situation.
This is what knocked you out. Yeah.
Or yeah, this is losers. This was a situation where I had to adapt on the fly to the player and the character because I had basic knowledge of Tsurugi, but have never actually played against him in tournament like at all. Okay. And then playstyle wise, you'll see that like this person is the dead opposite of what I am able to keep up with, like pace and decision making wise.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So immediately you do something very interesting that I really like, which is a warning shot.
Yeah.
This is a warning shot, and something that I kind of want to put into your brain, and I think should be done more, because I don't know if people do this enough, is what I call sticky note thinking.
Sticky note thinking.
Which they're like very key points in a match that don't happen enough that you should actively be thinking about them. But there is enough downtime between rounds or games that you should just kind of run through them really quickly again. Like, oh, I'm going to take note of that, put it on a sticky note, stick it on the wall kind of thing.
Oh.
But inside your brain. So in here, Tsurugi, not a ton of range based on what I've seen. I did a little homework, so not a ton of range. But when Tsurugi's up in your face, it is really hard to reversal. Like having the invincible DP, having the just big fuck off mid screen move that just kind of covers everything sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's his B, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I think his Bs are like decent range, but his C moves are the ones that like he can charge, and they all have guard point on them. So yeah, I agree. Like his range isn't like for Uni standards, his range isn't crazy, but it's like pretty solid mid range.
Yeah. So what I would do in a sticky note situation here is before you're starting the match, you know that you are going to be hitting this warning shot, right?
Yeah.
And you're gonna just put it into his brain. I can't remember if in Uni specifically, the air blocking is not super great, right?
Yeah, majority of things aren't air blockable except like projectiles, some special moves, and some air-to-air things, I think. Which is why I think by default, even some air-to-air things you have to air shield to block them.
Sure.
But basically, yeah, air blocking is just most of the time not a good idea.
Same with like DPs, right? DPs air blocking is kind of risky too, right?
I think all DPs are air unblockable.
Okay. I just that's something that I wasn't super confident on, but yeah, okay, that makes sense. So you give him warming shot, Tsurugi runs in, and specifically Weeb just decides to full head forward. I think this is really good. This is a really cool idea, and you get the counter hit, and you get better Oki there, so Weeb immediately has to back off. Here, back techs. Oops. What? I didn't hit anything. Back techs, and then because you jump in, and he just kind of has to respect it there. Just because he doesn't know what's gonna come out. But he counterattacks, you do a good block, you get a good counter hit, conversion, blah blah blah, random hit. Was this supposed to be a reset, by the way? This low that you hit right here?
Sorry, starting here a little bit, but I think I see. Yeah, so
like right
this knockdown, or this, yeah, knockdown, I do that intentional reset. Basically, it's an ambiguous high or throw, because you're charging the aerial, and either it will come out as an overhead,
yeah,
or not, basically.
Yeah, so you go into this, and he blocks it. You do the ambiguous shit, and then you land, and then he thought you'd throw out a hitbox, you didn't, he stands back up, and you hit him with the low.
Low, yep.
And reset, which is cool. Yep. This is all stuff that I think is really good. This hit, getting hit by this was very odd to me. Because you know that you're in Vorpal, right? Basically, as he's falling.
Oh yeah, I could have just saved me.
But you neither hit a button, nor created space for yourself. Because I understand that his range is like slightly bigger than yours, but oops. Get back to the point where I wanna hit that right here. Basically, at this point, you know that he's gonna fall. So either, I think you're in the advantageous position here. So he can kind of he can only do two things or three things here, right? Which is try to force his way out of the corner with movement, falling aerial, or do nothing, right?
Or for Uni, you can't fall in your
Oh, you can't. Oh, okay. So, then two things.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you just put yourself, could you not just put yourself like right here?
Yeah, I probably should have, honestly.
and then throw out a button to force an option, because his DP goes this way, and this is like a matchup thing, and you can learn this later. Since his DP hitbox is kind of like this area-ish, right? If you're standing back here, you can do your thruster, which is DPable, but it's just a bigger commitment from Weeb than when you're up in his face here, because you know, you haven't threatened grab, you haven't threatened anything, you just kind of sit there. And because he's just allowed to fall as you're getting Vorpal, he immediately hits a button, because honestly there's nothing else that he has an invincible button, he might as well, right? But if you step back and give range, how do I say this? Sorry, give me a second. Part of my offensive theory is that, oh, okay, if you give them enough options, they're going to hang themselves. Just give them a little bit of lax. Just
so make them feel like they can make a choice.
Yeah. Because here, you didn't even threaten a button, or you did threaten a button.
Yeah, because I think I'm getting counter hit, so I must have pushed something.
Yeah, I didn't see anything. Because he just mashes.
Yeah, go back a few frames, or like go to.
Whoops. So you go into Vorpal. It's kind of hard to see.
Yeah, I think it's also part of why I probably wasn't ready to change ship. Yeah, that's her 2A, her crouching jab.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it looks like I did try to meaty at least. But But I can't
Okay.
tell if I had delayed.
I didn't
bit
see
or
that.
not.
I went over. I scrubbed this specific part like 6 times.
Mika doesn't
Okay,
really look
yeah,
like
at
she's
least-
crouching when
yeah,
she's
at least you
crouching,
tried
so
to
it's
do it,
all good.
But I think if you give yourself a little bit of room, right, it's also so much riskier to DP. Just because it's harder to hit.
Yeah.
And it gives you much more room to put him back into the corner, much more room to threaten stuff, just in general. I liked the CS into whatever as he falls. Nice block. Yeah, see, because his DP side switches if you're in melee. So this might be a matchup thing, and if you just gave him a little bit of room, I feel like that if he DPs and you block it, he's still in the corner. At the very least. And you can kind of keep your pressure up. I thought this was stupid. I need to know what your thoughts were on this fucking sequence.
Okay. Here, go back a second.
Because you get a good counter hit here. Get a good combo.
I think.
Then you hit grid.
So that was a drop.
Drop, and then you immediately CS.
Yeah, I'm guessing
seemed a little early because you didn't hit a button to cancel. You didn't rush in.
Yeah, I probably just wanted to assess the situation, honestly.
Okay.
And then the
you just wanted the freeze.
Yeah, and then the DP, I probably saw that I had meter. And that's just one of Mika's various like.
I wasn't upset about that. I was more upset about the initiation of it.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, if it's for the screen freeze to just like figure out what's going on, I think that's fair.
Yeah, because it also gives you a little bit of meter too, based on how much grid you have. Yeah. And so sometimes if I'm not in a situation where I think I'm gonna be pressed and put on defense, I will use chain shift and neutral to either get meter or to assess the situation, and especially see if there's enough time that I could probably win the Vorpal cycle again. I'll just use it to get that resource and be able to assess things.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, I mean that's not a bad way to use it. I would prefer something a little bit more aggressive, but that's.
Oh, like initiate offense first, and then like.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Exactly. But that's like a personal thing, and that has nothing to do with. That is a very like personal idea of what I want. I think that sometimes also, since you don't know him, and it seems like you weren't super confident in this matchup, just in general.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to take a second to collect yourself, and you won the round, so you know, no harm, no foul.
Yeah, it worked out, I guess.
This second round was very odd to me. Yeah, so he immediately goes in again. You knew that he liked to dash in, so this is where the sticky note mentality goes in. So you get the down here. My immediate thought at that moment, you know that he's gonna die, which is right there. You're gonna hit the buttons. He's just gonna die. You know that. I quickly assessed the things that I've sticky noted in my brain, or I tried to, which is, okay, round start, he ran in at me, game 1. Now, that's just a thought, right? That's a thing that you put away and kind of just put on to the wall. So at the start of round 2, you don't have to act on it. But he immediately hits a button, so clearly he likes aggressive start at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Now I take that as a sticky note and put it off to the side again. I think you blocking here is great, and let him kind of initiate offense. It looked like you were unsure if you could take your turn back, but when you were confident, you were able to do it. I like this. Clearly he baited you. which sucks, and it happened. But I don't think this is your fault. I think this is a good play by him, rather than a. Because you staggered to wait for Vorpal, and then he punished you for trying to jump in.
Yeah, it shows that he's thinking. I do like it can suck to be baited, but I do like when I can see that my opponent is considering things.
Yeah. Now this is a rough place to go into because you can't just hit a button, but you're able to. I like this sequence a lot to just fight out the corner, counter hit. Both of you kind of didn't know what to do immediately, and God, that just to props to him. This bait in the overhead into just grabbing, canceling the overhead into
messed
the grab.
up.
It was pretty messed up because you were so ready to block. How good is Mika's DP? This is something I wanted to ask.
Well, she only has one metered, because her DP is only info when you use the super version. But I mean, it's good when you do use it because she's like spins in a big column with some horizontal movement. So it's a very reliable reversal. It just requires meter.
I think AT&T is really fucking with me. I'm gonna end my stream. You can keep streaming and watching my thing, but I will pay attention to your chat on your side. Just cause I'm getting some frame drops on stream and might as well. This is more for you anyways. That's totally fine.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully. You haven't witnessed any frame drops, right?
Yeah. Well, cause in Discord the display it is like stuttery, but I can like mostly make out what's happening.
Hopefully it'll be better now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you could go back a few seconds and like we can see.
Yeah, just let me know, because I think there's too many people just in the house, so it's trying to eat more resources.
I think it looks about the same. It might be because I'm streaming also. I don't know.
That's fine. Let me know if this doesn't work, and we can figure out a different way too. But yeah, so here we go. Okay.
Counter hit.
Yeah. This is something that I wanted to. I'm assuming you try to use your CS to get out of the pressure here, because you barely win the grid. This one? No. This one he gets grid, you're just kind of locked into the corner and go back. I just had it running. It was this one.
Yeah, so there, I'm pretty sure I would have wanted to assess the situation and see if I can reversal. But I got counter hit, so I'm guessing I messed up my DP. I don't know why else I would have gotten counter hit there.
Because it happens a couple of times.
So that I guess that's just execution being bad.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it to that. That's just unfortunate. He was ready for you.
Yeah, I guess I left a gap there. Which that was actually something that was on my mind throughout the set. Was this dude is gonna DP at any point he feels it's gonna work. And I think he played that mental stack really well because there were times I was waiting to bait out a DP and then he wouldn't DP.
Yeah.
What do you do in that situation?
Yeah. So this is where I'm sitting here, and I would have taken a little bit extra time before going into game 2, where I review my mental notes, right? Because I think you could play a little bit more confidently, because you play a lot less confidently from this point forward, just in general.
Oh.
I think when a couple of your hits, when a couple situations don't go your way, I think you start overthinking your game plan.
Yeah, I would
quite a bit. Because there's another thing here. This entire game 2. God, I should have trimmed this VOD. I wish I had a little bit more time today to do stuff. Today and yesterday. But this entire game 2, you just don't touch your full meter. And you have full meter for basically the entire time.
Oh. There's another thing I've needed to work on, I guess, is meter management.
Yeah. So after this interaction, you're just full meter and you don't touch it at all.
Huh. Okay.
Which is very interesting to me. Which is, I figured you're looking for a big combo and you're in situations where you're not able to do much. At this point, it was like, okay, you should burn the meter to get a push block, create a little bit of space. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, you get out of that situation fine. Oh god, that's still dirty. That was a move and a half. But here's another situation where you're just like not there. Grid is only halfway through. But yeah, you just like don't touch this bar at all this entire set. And as you're getting blocked here, I would look here, just because you know what the block string is, especially after the overhead.
Yeah.
Look here and then just peek at your 200, because that informs you quite a bit on what you can do, right? Especially because you just have so much time left in the set, or not in the set, in the round, and you just don't touch it for the rest of this game one. Yep. So just something to think about. Now this is where, like, once again, sticky note. Last 2 rounds he just rushed in, so you sent another warning shot. But because he's a thinking player, we know that, and we can confirm that with the fact that he didn't just immediately go in. I think it's okay to threaten that every single time, because he doesn't know how to deal with it yet. Because he hasn't actually dealt with it. It's still your turn by the time that the sequence is over on this first couple of interactions. Because he walks back. That's the first time he's walked back at the round start ever.
Yeah. And
you're firing your warning shot, and he can't do much because he just doesn't know what to do with it. He also really likes DP, and I understand that, like, this is a fighting game thing where if you are in a block string, sometimes you just mash. You know, there are points where you just mash, hope they fuck up.
Yeah, try to take your turn back however way you think it'll work, right?
Yeah. But it's something that I'd keep in consideration. Good job recognizing the turn switch. That's rough.
This is what I mean.
Is this okay? So to be clear, do you think this is an execution thing?
Or like him choosing the DP on my chain shift, or
on your chain, because he does it like 6 times this set. Just like when you hit the chain shift button, he's so ready to DP. Is there anything that you can do in that situation, or is it just are you just getting hit?
Yeah, well, you just wait, really, because if he does a reversal and I push a button, I'm just gonna get hit. So it's
okay. So it just means that you're hitting a button there every single time. Okay.
Yeah, well, because in fact, this is probably another situation where I looked at my meter and I did my light DP, and I was probably gonna cancel into the metered, like zippy do thing, because that's how you make it safe and possibly do mix.
Rocket fist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he does that twice. That's something I would also sticky note in my brain as it happens. As I'm getting DP'd, I'd be like, okay, I got DP'd again after the CS.
Seemingly whenever there's just a gap.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where you kind of have to say. I mean, the round was over. He got a full combo immediately after that. He found the hit. But because you're taking your turn, you can, and he's shown that he's going to do that. He did that twice. I think you just say in your brain, next time I wait. I let him fuck up. I let him commit to something.
Yeah.
Because the nice thing about baits is that it also just adds to the mental stack. Right? It's not a, oh, I didn't know. It's like, oh, he's recognizing what I'm doing. I'm gonna fuck him up. That was a brave choice by him. I don't know if, I think everyone gets hit by that DP.
I definitely didn't expect it.
So here, you're gonna go for the CS and he's gonna DP. Oh, he didn't DP that time. Oh, I thought he got DP that time.
See, this is what I mean, where,
Yeah.
I mean, if he's doing it intentionally, this is like
Yeah.
crazy mental stack, where at this point, I probably really don't know when he's gonna DP and when he's not gonna DP.
Yeah, for some reason I thought he like DP'd 3 times this round too.
Because he did it again after that.
Yeah.
See, I got counter hit that time.
That was a throw tech, and I saw that. I was like, oh, you just got mental stacked out of nowhere. But here, again, you're at full bar. I feel like you should just push block. Spend 100. Get the push block.
Oh yeah, I wasn't even using the guard cancel.
Get out of the corner.
Yeah, I was just not using my meter in general. You're right.
Yeah, it was the strangest thing watching this set, because I think if I had to like take one big criticism on this set, is just you never use it. Oh, it is really choppy. What the fuck? Hold on. Give me 1 second. We're gonna lower the stream quality. Hopefully that helps us.
No worries. I also don't even know if it could be me or not, because yeah, in Discord it says 720p 30.
I just turned it down.
Oh,
to 720.
holy frick, that looks way better now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna sit here. It was at 1080, which normally is fine. I don't know what's going on.
No worries. Well, because with SamSho, yeah, like SamSho resources are super limited in general. And yeah, I guess comparatively, Uni hands out meter relatively freely.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, it's not Street Fighter or 2X or 2Co or Marvel, where you literally always have meter. But
here, I clearly have meter.
yeah, I'm just saying you just have, like, even here where I'm like, okay, I have 200. My thought would be, oh, I have 200, right? Granted, I would love to execute something bigger,
Like cash it out for like landing the bigger super.
bigger hit, yeah, bigger super. But since I've been sitting on 200 forever, yeah, that's just unfortunate. But since I've been sitting here, you got an opening here. I would have just cashed out on off the launcher. I've seen you do it.
Yeah.
Which is the only reason why I think that you can, but yeah. Something also that I kind of noticed is that you use CS the exact same way, which is, hey, we're in a neutral situation. I need to know if I can take my, and it looks like I can take my turn. Specifically for Uni, just because of the way that CS works, right? I feel like you can just threaten it over and over again, just because you've shown that you're gonna try to do it that way anyways. So this,
Yeah, see there, I could have did a meaty overhead and it would have gotten hit.
this one right here. He's going for the overhead. Can you not? Actually, this one's would be a little
Like
bit
interrupt
difficult.
that?
Yeah, can you interrupt this one?
That's a good
The big
question. Let's find out.
This is something. Yeah, this is something I would lap, personally.
Let's take a look-see. That was, again, like we said, that was part of this match, was like, you can obviously tell I don't fully understand what Tsurugi does. There are probably times I could have been trying to like interrupt or take my turn, but I was definitely hesitant.
But this is like this is a learning process, right? So this is where, like, okay, if I have Vorpal here, this might not happen in game, but this is like an out of game thing where I'm like, man, my brain immediately it's like, wait, I get invincibility on startup. Can I not just CS into DP because CS is just easier to do. It's just more free of an invincibility.
Also, sorry, I'm trying. I
mean, obviously, if you are super ready for it, you can just DP out of that, but that's not.
Yeah, well, because even if there's a gap, if there's any gap, actually, I think the gap would have to be big enough. But even if I didn't have meter, since he's airborne, I should be able to do my meterless DP, because that's anti-air invul at least.
Yeah. Air invul. Yeah. So I'm.
Let me see. Except for
there's also one moment where I'm like cocky enough that I think that I would have gone for a CS into just punishing him hitting a raw overhead.
Yeah.
Try to punish him for hitting a button. I don't know how long the invuln is on.
Well, because also when he cancels into that, his super, that's plus.
Yeah. But you can cancel the hit stun, right? Or the block stun? Hit the button.
Wait, like when...
Or at least mash it. Yeah. At least when you mash it, if there's any amount of... you can mash it, and if there's any amount of gap, you can just get the air.
Yeah, if he left the gap in between before the super, yeah, I'd be able to just anti-air DP. And then blocking it, he's left plus. And also, sorry, I'm trying to hook up my hitbox. I have a Brook Fusion, and it's not connecting on the PS5.
You're totally fine. This was one of those things where I think it was just kind of interesting to think about.
Yeah.
Like,
Also,
situation.
howdy, Healing Vision. Sorry. But yes, we talked about with the SamSho qualifiers. There's a point system now, and out of the four US events, there's only one that guarantees you a spot at SWC, and you have to get first at that one. And then the rest you just get points. I'm sorry, let me try and figure out why my hitbox isn't connecting. 2P. Well, yeah, it's triangle. What is going on? There we go, Jinkies. Howdy, Aiden. But yeah, if I get a chance later, we can go over the SNK stuff again, but we summarized it earlier in stream. And yes, like actually, like I mentioned earlier, that's what my wife brought up was, I mean, I don't know if people feel this way about like international circuits in general, when something is like points based or whatever. Basically, it like heavily incentivizes whoever just happens to be able to travel the most and is just like decent at the game, right?
It's kind of the top player privilege dilemma, right? Because it's similar to that, right? Because the top players will be able to travel as much as they need to, right?
Exactly.
Show up to all these events, and it helps get those events super hype and whatnot. But also gatekeeps like the people right below that.
Yeah.
It's like another form of top player privilege.
So like, and I mean, at the end of the day, like we could have that debate of what TOs or businesses should or shouldn't do, but in the case of this like situation, like the best you can do is either hope you can figure out how to travel or just focus on getting good enough to win at whatever's in your area.
Yeah, for sure.
It's definitely makes things harder. But I mean, I guess going back to your question, Kwangyda, about like my goals for myself. We have the specifics that I want to work on, like with offense and like situational awareness. But the overarching thing I always want to work on, no matter the game, is knowledge and fundamental decision making. That's part of why
Sure.
I still feel value in even still doing a little bit with Under Night and Grand Blue competitively, because there's fundamental stuff I want to work on. And so far, from what you've highlighted, in fact, that's why I'm really glad you can point this out. There's some gaps in proper decision making, clearly.
Yeah. I think a part of it does. Part of it does come from. It feels like just a certain amount of confidence that you have too. Literally, as soon as you start questioning your play, it feels like your confidence goes. I know that's like a very obvious thing to say, but in the moment you're like, oh, I picked a wrong option, or that wasn't good, it really feels like your confidence just to make decisions goes down. And this is
yeah, getting hit with a DP on my chain shift is definitely demoralizing.
Yeah, for sure. I wanted to highlight this on game 2.
Oh yeah, he did it twice.
Yeah. So game 1, he just kind of does it over and over again. And it is hard. I'm not gonna say it's not. But I also think that your game plan, I don't think you change your game plan enough. I don't think you pivot your game plan based on what you see in game, which is why I was emphasizing that like sticky note thinking, which is like, okay, it doesn't have to affect this current game, especially because it's probably not going to come up again, but it's something you should think about for next game or next round or whatnot. Which is why here in game 2, where he jumps and you're running forward, I think you running forward is the strangest thing here.
I might have been changing my game plan too much.
Well,
Assuming that we've cycled to him hesitating.
We saw it once. We only saw it once. The thing that I thought was strange about you running forward here, right? Is that I guess it's still an offensive option, and you're not checking what he wants to do. In this case.
Actually, now that I think about it, I wonder why he even did that.
No, this jump option's interesting. I think it's very interesting. But his 2 offensive options were both aggressive ground options that you would have just gotten hit by.
Yeah.
To be clear. And you know, if you were, I mean, this ended up working out because if you were in the air, doing your, I forget what it's called, but I can only think of it as
her jump charge C, where she like does that slam.
The pulsar blast. Yeah, the pulsar blast. I just think of it as like the Iron Man.
Yeah. Basically.
Is really what the only thing I can think about when I see that. But it probably loses to the air-to-air. So it works out. It's just strange to me because it feels like it seems like you're hesitating on choosing an option when you just run forward like that, especially against a person who has been so overly aggressive. So and then he beats you on the block string. There's not much that you can do here. It's still his turn because of the landing stuff. And then he walks back. I think based on your experience when so after this hit, right? This is the end of his block string. We've seen it. This is something that you probably recognized, and he expects you to recognize. God, the animations in this game are so good.
Oh, I green shielded. Frick.
Yeah.
Okay.
He does.
Walk back and.
He steps back. He does a shimmy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the combo's over. You're fully actionable when you could have definitely reacted to him walking back. But I think if you had a little bit more confidence in your game plan, I mean, you hit the green shield. The moment he steps back, you should also just step back. There's no like I said, let him hang himself. Because you can cover while he might have a slight range advantage because you're the rushdown character, you can cover so much more range. And I think you should like really focus on your strengths here. That's he red jump back.
Oh darn!
Is that an overhead, by the way?
Yeah.
Is that an overhead hit?
It's an overhead, but I can't tell if I was just late in converting or I hit too high, so I wasn't gonna be able to combo anyway.
It looked like a high hit from what I've seen, but
okay. So then yeah, I just had to go under pressure from there.
yeah. But I mean, you that's fine. I think you do this switch. Do you end plus on any of these moves, by the way? Is there a block string that Mika has that ends plus?
Now I know there is, yes.
Okay, but at the time you didn't know one. That's
but
fine.
yeah, everything, all those rebeats. Well, wait, you know what rebeats are, right? Or no?
Yeah.
So all the rebeats are usually like -1 to -2, unless you do something like from a charge normal, which Mika's plus rebeat is if I fit in a charge heavy and then rebeat into light, she could be plus from that, but I did not know that string at the time. So these are all just like basic minus rebeats. I'm probably trying to see if I can stagger or something. Yeah, really basic, barely minus pressure here.
Yeah, I mean it was 7 frames. I was counting the frames because I needed to see if he was mashing or what, and he was mashing for sure. Because he hit forward, which because there was a break in the pressure means that he's going for that DP. Yeah, there's no way he was ready for this.
Oh, so I just...
Dude's mashing. I just needed to confirm this. This is one. This is one where I feel like I don't know if this is just who I am as a person. This feels reactable. This feels like I would react to this.
Oh, and like reversal through it?
Yeah, because you're in Vorpal and you've been in Vorpal.
Oh, I probably didn't. Actually, I didn't even notice that now. I probably didn't notice in the match.
I was like, man, I would just.
I definitely could have did a chain shift and DP'd. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Gosh dang it.
I would have just done it. Okay, I'm glad that you feel like that you could have done that. That was sick. Unfortunate it didn't work. Can this cross up, by the way?
I'm pretty sure it's cross-up protected. I think it's cross-up protected.
Okay.
And
But you get out of the corner, which is important.
Yeah, I honestly probably just want to get out of the corner, but it was good that he recognized that I didn't unsafe cancel. I should have did an air special to like get out of there further away.
So after this whiff, right? The tech back's good, or I think the tech back's good because you're gonna land.
Get space, yeah.
In this area, but he's already. You should be looking at him already rushing through, right? And you know that he's probably gonna get the next Vorpal here. What I would have liked instead of hitting that button, just because that fuck off shield, and this is once again this matchup thing, and this is more of what I've witnessed as somebody who's not in the game. I probably would have blocked here, just in general, because I don't think Mika has big buttons. If I remember.
Yeah, her biggest button is
really
her medium. It's not huge. It's a decent poke, but definitely not big.
But he drops it huge there, and you kind of get a new lease on life. Good blocks. You got this was the throw tech bait, and that's unfortunate. Man.
Oh, I need to hide this.
I think he gets another reset here. Yeah. That To be clear, I don't think that was. I thought that was gonna hit. I thought you were gonna open them up.
I mean, I guess at this point, he has such a massive life lead. I should have probably thought, okay, maybe he might really just let a DP rip here.
He DP'd the last frame that the last frame that he could have. To be clear. Let me get here. All right, so. Literally.
Oh wait. Good lord.
1, 2, 3. It's like invincible. I don't think this is on you. I watched it happen. I was like,
Okay, and there we finally made it a DP. Holy frick. Oh my gosh. See, there, tragic drop, and I hope I would have been thinking, okay, I need to use some of this meter. So I probably should just went to an easier combo to like use my meter.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, use my meter finally.
You did finally use your meter.
Jeez Louises. Footsies? Dang.
Yeah. Here's something. You jump to see how he's gonna air tech, right? To try to get the follow-up.
Yeah, and I can, well, I think depending on how they tech, I can set up like that ambiguous like charge jump heavy situation. Sure. Or maybe I didn't time it right, I don't know. But yeah, that general idea.
Okay, I figured that was what you were looking for. Though, this is more, once again, this is my thinking and this is what I kind of like to do. But I kind of like to shimmy here. I would shimmy just in case he techs forward, right? And I know that you can catch him if you jump, but I feel like your options from the ground just give you more damage. Is that not? This is just based off of observation.
Yes, that is true. Actually, you're right.
Okay. Yeah, you're just already on the ground, and you've already decided that you're gonna let him tech because you can't do anything, right? So at this point, I feel like if you shimmy a little bit, you can bait something out. Especially because this dude has been mashing DP all fucking game. Or all fucking match, yeah. So, gets a big opening. Kind of sucks.
I'm in the corner now. Holy frick, that was off of one combo.
Good blocks.
Okay, I definitely could have taken my turn there. I'm probably just chilling and trying to look for something. This is where I think we can get into like matchup stuff. Where I'm probably chilling and trying to find something that's more obvious to where I can take my turn. Because I don't know why else I'd be hesitating like this.
I think it's last game, elimination game. You're in a lot of pressure, and he's opened you up so many times, right? Your mental load is, the stack is as tall as it could be.
Yeah.
But all in all, I think, yeah, there's a couple of just like options where you could be the cocky player is what I'm saying. I know the two people that you put down, which were Diaphone and So Sick Nashman.
Yeah.
They're very like, I'm gonna pick the option, whatnot. You just don't play the same characters as them. I don't think you're allowed to do that with the characters that you like to pick.
Oh.
It is gonna be what, because you really like your rush down, hit him with a lot of pressure characters, right? Diaphone, both of them love their setup and just really being like, I can figure out the best situation for myself, but to give myself like an 80% chance of hitting and opening them up. On my read of how they play the game. With that, we're gonna move to SamSho. I chose Uni first because that's the game that I know way better. And SamSho is one that I know a little less, and I'm gonna assume that you're gonna take the wheel a little bit longer, or a little bit more. Something I was curious, because I thought this was the most interesting thing about Nakaru. Is flying bad?
I think flying is pretty
Or
good
against Yoshi?
for the most part. Against Yoshi, I'm pretty sure it's pretty bad.
Okay, that's fine. That's just like my favorite part of the character, and that's the part where I think you can just load the mental stack with bullshit, right? Because all the moves that you can do out of flying cancel to a knockdown, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I think just because oh, he already got the deep jump, good lord.
Yeah.
Because of, like, as you see, he has a reliable anti-air DP, and he has pretty good air-to-air buttons. I think flying is just not on my mind. Usually, at least for me, I'm going into flying for like up close pressure once I layer some things, or for anti-zoning.
So this is something that it might fundamentally be different in SamSho, and I will, if you tell me that it is, I think that's fine. Okay, when we're in this situation, what's your goal range to be in as specifically Nakaruru? Because this is the corner, right?
Yeah.
And Yoshi's in the corner. Where's the range that you want to be in so that you can just beat out Button?
Well, in this situation specifically, this is basically a flowchart Oki going on. And so in this situation, I'm gonna want to be in his face because either I want to try to beta reversal, or initiate pressure. Which with Nakaru's Oki, part of her whole thing is being able to do varying degrees of safe, high-low,
Mixed up,
strike throw, because you can be barely minus, stuff like that. So in this situation, you want to be close. Outside of that, I don't know if you really want to be in the mid-range as Nako against Yoshitora, which is why when I'm not trying to rush him down, I'm basically staying like at 3/4 of the screen, being able to like properly react to his jumps or a dash.
The only reason why I'm asking that is just I'm trying to figure out how you are looking to take your turn back. Especially because you like rushdown characters. I like rushdown characters, and that the big reason why I like rushdown characters is because I like cheating my turn back. That is the big thing that I really like, right?
Makes sense.
Which is also why I like Vortex characters, because God, I love making people feel bad. It's really that meme, you know? Let's go gambling.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah, just making everyone feel that way is my goal when I play a Rushdown character or a Vortex character.
Yeah, see, for me, with Rushdown characters, it's... Well, I mean, I make people feel bad, and I usually feel bad, but I have no qualms using the Rushdown aspects to be very lame at the same time, because the main things I like about Rushdown characters is the mobility. Usually, like you said, I'm using Rushdown characters to either get in and do stuff. Well, it's both things. It's the ability to get in and do stuff, and then when things don't go well, the ability to also get out and force people to like commit and try to chase me down.
So with that in mind, because I saw you do the initial, right? You run up and you won your Oki setup. What's the point of backflipping here?
These are frame kills. So basically, depending on the knockdown that I do, I'm doing that flip to make it easier to time a meaty dash attack.
Okay.
Or do nothing and throw or whatever. Yeah.
So the backflip downlight or the down A is just so you can get your frame.
Yeah. Kill the right amount of time to time the Oki better.
Okay. I figured it was something like that, but I just wanted to check because you do it a lot, and that's the only thing that made sense to me. This sequence was sick. I was gonna say, I think you should threaten grab here, and you did. I forgot that you did. That was a sick bait, actually, by you. I don't know if that's what was intentional, but
I'm gonna assume that was a bait because I don't know why else I would have did a flip kick in neutral like that.
Okay. Nice anti-air, just reaction stuff. How much recovery is on the Hawk, by the way, when you throw it out? Is it a ton for you?
Pretty considerable amount. Basically,
if they like jump it, they can punish you, kind of thing. Or
usually want to use the Hawk further away because if they block it further away, it's plus. But them blocking it close or like it whiffing, it's considerably punishable. So honestly, I really shouldn't be using it at like anything closer than mid-screen.
Yeah. Okay. I was just curious because it doesn't look like it has a lot of punishable frames. But
yeah.
Is Yoshi one of those characters that it's really hard to just block?
Yeah, well, usually you don't want to be blocking him because he has high-low mix, he has a command grab, he has really good up-close buttons, because, like, they're barely minus, so sometimes it can be... in general, in SamSho, a lot of the best pokes up close are, like, barely minus, and you basically have to be frame perfect in taking your turn. So, like, in general, you usually don't want to be boxing with Yoshi up close.
Yeah, it feels like even though you are also a character that wants to run in, you have to kind of be the defensive player in this matchup.
Yeah, you have to be kind of careful.
This is where, like, I'm sure you are right, where it's just a hard to do thing against Yoshi, but because you don't have a lot to lose. When I say you don't have a lot to lose, I mean you're gonna lose. You might just lose the round. You do this backflip. I feel like I'd be really happy with riding the Hawk here.
Yeah, I probably could have initiated some pressure, do something.
Just instead of like doing a full backflip, where because he's expecting you to like land, right? This is where it's like you're playing against such good people, where sometimes doing something really dumb will just throw it. Right? And so if instead of like falling here, you just jump and start gliding, right? Of course, there's always the chance that he just visually sees the arms go up and hold the talons, and he immediately anti-airs, right?
Yeah.
And then you lose the round. But you have a round to lose. It might be nice to just throw that into their brains.
So just at least try to add that to the mental stack already.
Yeah. Just because, you know, at worst or at best, you open them up again and you take your turn back. You cheat your turn back, right?
Yeah.
At absolute worst, you lose the round because he burns everything. Because I think you have too much health to just die from a single hit.
Yeah. Well, at this point, like a deep jump into landing the super, I'd be deader than dead. But like a raw hit into the super, I think I would barely live.
Yeah. But either way, he has to burn his meter, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you kind of just win in all fronts there. This is kind of like of course, it doesn't feel good and you just want to win cleanly. But sometimes it's nice to just, hey, I might do this stupid thing. So that means that every time that you jump up or Norcal rises, this Yoshi has to think, is he gonna do the dumb thing? Do I have to just, right? Because yeah, let's say you fly, he does nothing, and you fall, which is gonna be, and you just go back to the ground, or you like hover right here and hit him with the B just in his face, and he kind of has to respect it because he did nothing because he wasn't expecting any of this to happen. But most of the time, what's gonna happen is just, you hang on the hawk for a little bit. He's like, "Can I DP him?" And then you just fall to the ground and back to neutral, right?
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah. So those are the kind of things where you just attack the mental stack instead of attacking the health bar. Because the only way that you lose the round immediately, part is risk reward, right? The risk is he burns his meter and you get to keep everything going into the next round, right? So,
dang, maybe Sarah was right. I don't know risk reward. But no, yeah, that's a good point.
yeah. And this is, once again, it's hard to just choose the bad option, and it's not necessarily the right thing to do. But SamSho also, it's like you said before, it's hard to build meter.
Yeah, he's about 2 interactions away. It makes sense that he would burst. I shouldn't have jumped. That was definitely out of panic.
yeah. And this is where I feel like, literally after that interaction, I feel like you are panicking. you just don't have a lot of confidence in the way that you're playing, and you can tell by how much you're trying to back up, and then you try to air him, which I thought very strange, considering that based on everything that I've seen in this matchup from game 1, it looked like it's in the second round, it looks impossible to air this character as Nako.
Yeah, mainly as Nako, you're air-to-airing in situations where, like you saw there when I tried to do the crouching heavy anti-air, that's the risk of that, it is a pretty slow anti-air. So if there's situations where you don't want to risk anti-airing too late, it's kind of like in Street Fighter where if someone's like doing a jump that might cross you up, one of your fastest choices might be to just up back and try to do like your fastest aerial. Is that sort of general thing in this case too, where if you're unsure, that's probably relatively the least risky thing to do, is just try to up back with something fast.
Yeah.
And you probably especially saw it there, where actually Sarah pointed that out too, where there were various things going wrong, so I just didn't want to take those risks anymore.
Yeah. I will say, I think if you hit this low, I think you would have gone back on track. I think you would have lost this game, but I don't think you would have lost so much confidence. You're like, maybe I picked bike in instead. I think your frame's off.
Oh yeah, I was early, frick.
Yeah, I think you're like...
Which means I was probably trying to do a save meaty.
This is when he's actionable, right?
Yeah.
Or this is when he can get hit?
Yeah, so I was early.
Up to that point? Yeah, you're 6 frames early.
With that timing, I'm assuming I was going for a save meaty, because... Well, I think I only did it in 1 match in the championship against GD Milkov. I don't know if you've seen, but in this game, it's like Grand Blue, where depending on the matchup, you can time like a kick or something fast to meaty but still block the DP. I don't know why else I would have mistimed a kick like that so badly.
No. I think if you hit that, then you would have been fine for this game too. When I say hit that, I mean even on block. I think you would have. It would just
maintain some confidence.
Because here you take a moment.
Yeah, and I'm switching controllers.
Switching controllers. I think resetting yourself is nice, and I do think the switch to Biken was fine. Especially as like I really don't, because my read on what's going through your brain is I don't know how to conquer this demon with Nako. I just don't. I feel like all of my tools aren't working. Blah 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 blah.
Pretty much. Like, we had the game plan. Like, this was the game plan formed the night before, funny enough.
Yeah.
And I felt like things would be fine. Things were not fine. And then that's probably why you see it on my face. Like, I'm considering, okay, I probably should just play Vicodin or whatever.
Yeah, this is the point where I think, yeah, your brain, you're like, this is the best option. But we can talk about other things, because I think mentally you've already lost this. Unfortunately.
I don't blame you, yeah.
This is the point of the stream where I would turned off and like gone to a different stream or something. If there's like Evo.
So it's that apparent that
to
like,
me,
mentally
yeah,
done.
that's the part of the brain that I attack always. So also I have the behind the scenes knowledge of, I think you have practiced Biken like maybe twice in the months leading up to this tournament.
Well, honestly, a lot of my Biken practice was like not in lobbies, but yeah, if we had to give it like Overwatch hours played numbers, Biken's probably my least played character out of all my mains. Yeah, I think Biken's like the lowest.
So I was just kind of like, okay, this is like it'll feel really good if I can win with Biken, but I'm doing this mainly because I want to have a little bit more fun before whatnot.
Yes.
Like try to get my mojo back. But Biken in this game is a mid-range character, right?
Mid-range rush down. Well, I call it like a mid-range rush down because she wants to keep you at bay in the mid-range, and then when you can't deal with that, she'll go in and bully you. Horrendous.
This is kind of the range that Biken wants to keep everything.
Pretty much,
with, right. Okay. Yeah.
He caught me crouching. Frick.
Yeah, you kind of hit the button twice and then you kept crouching. I think that made the most sense in the long jump. That's good reaction.
Yeah.
That's not much you can do there. Other than to expect him to have good reaction. That was sick. That's a good option too, because now he has to think about it, which might make him jump more. Which of course he immediately does the jump in again. How do you deal with people playing full range as Biken? Full screen.
You don't. Well, I guess it depends on whether or not you need to approach, because Biken can just like we said, she's a really good mid-range to where she can just stand her ground and probably just chill. If she needs to aggress, she probably should just be trying to inch her way forward. Because
Yoshi can full screen, right? Can jump in basically full screen.
Yeah, like his jump in is big. He also has an armored command dash that can either be an attack or not an attack.
Yeah, it seemed hard. This matchup seemed a lot worse but I didn't know if that was like a matchup knowledge thing or not matchup knowledge. It was just like a practice thing. This seemed harder than the knockout.
Yeah, it might be just because I was like more hesitant. Because honestly, like some of these jumps that he's doing, Biken can definitely anti-air them fine. So I might have just been doing too much sitting and not initiating.
How aware are you of the time? As just a player, generally as a player.
Usually I'm watching it because honestly, usually I'm the one timing people out. In fact, go back a few seconds. I'm wondering at what point I realized that like I have no time to work with.
Because at this point is when I would normally expect you to just
go in.
You specifically, but somebody to kind of make panic options, which is fine. I think this is when you do a couple of panic options just to see if you can get an opening. I should say, when I say a panic option for you, it's a very different thing than versus a panic option that'll new or a bad player makes. Those are two very different types of panic options.
Yeah, like desperation, trying to have something happen.
Yeah, try to do a real, like, that's a panic option, I think, is fine.
Yeah,
just like
reading a
try
jump.
to get the hard read. But this is, yeah, okay.
All these commitments, I probably definitely see the time at this point.
Yeah. You started hard commit. You did the hard read, and I think that was more of a life lead, hard read, and then you're like, oh wait, no, I actually don't have any time.
Yeah.
Because it really looked like you didn't notice until like the 3-second mark, but that's not everyone's. That's a skill set that I think is like very personalized.
Yeah, with how much I'm like hesitating and trying to figure out how to navigate to get in on him, I probably didn't notice the time until way later.
Can you not punish the dodge harder than that?
Yeah, I probably could have at least did a run-up throw. That probably would have been the fastest choice, or even just dash attack. I was probably just too slow to react.
Okay.
And especially in a game like this, if there are times where I feel like I'm reacting too late, I'm not even gonna bother doing anything.
I mean, yeah, that's the game. I like that you are hitting the, hey, if you're gonna jump in, this button might just be there.
Darn, he caught me dashing.
Okay. This is something that I really dislike about your play in general here. This is something you do in every game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Instead of what I think would be just generally a better option is that you here, by the time you hit this point, you should be looking whether or not he's gonna take an offensive position or not. But I feel like you just assume. You're not looking to react to what he's doing. Even though you are, I don't remember what it's called in this game, but you're enraged. So your potential offense is way higher than his potential offense. But it feels like in your mind you've already decided. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That you're going to take a defensive option here by stopping, trying to read out what he's going to do. You don't need to. You can just be aggressive, like most of the time here.
Just try something.
It's especially with a character that just, your dash attack is huge, isn't it? Vikin's dash attack.
Yeah, like, well, in general, the range on like your dashing light and dashing heavy are pretty darn good.
Yeah, and they're pretty good on block as well. So if he's going to take that defensive option, I think here, because he's not advancing, he's not in general, he hasn't. This is something that I would have sticky noted, is that every time that I run forward, is he hitting a button or is he waiting? Right? Like, how is he gonna wait until the last second? Is something that I would sticky note in my brain. If he's just in general a more defensive person, I would have just, in my head, I run up and grab here every single time.
Except there, he was ready for the grab.
Except you gave him a second to like be a human, because he's walking backwards, right? Because he knows how much scarier you are than him. So when you don't, you just let him hit the button.
Yeah, I wonder if I committed to the run-up throw the first time, would he have reacted to it?
Because in his head, he's so clearly ready to block, right? At least in my head, I think he's so.
Yeah, because it looks like, it looks like at a little bit after I dash, he's ready to poke.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Well, I guess it's hard to tell now, like whether or not the reaction would have been late if I like committed.
Yeah, I mean, this is a hard thing to just say what would have happened, because but he staggers back here. Like he takes 2 steps back as you're running. So I think you could just hit a button sooner, and if he reacts, he reacts. Or right, that's fine.
Yeah.
But the fact that you gave him allowed him to sit in instead of letting the interaction be starting at this point, right? This is the point where you start running, right? So now, at this moment, Rance has to think, hey, what is he going to do? Not what I'm going, and how am I going to react to it, right? But after this, and then you get the whiff, which is fine. The whiff is fine. I'm not. Now you're at a distance where theoretically Yoshi can be like, oh, what am I doing? How am I going to initiate the next reaction? Yeah, I think Lemon said it the best. You set up the risk in his favor because he gets agency, and you kind of want to keep, when you need to be the aggressor, you have to kind of take away agency from them. And then you got SamSho.
So hesitating the first time gave him the chance to even be able to react and like consider what he's going to do.
You gave up your turn is really what happened there, right? For nothing. Because you're already burning the bar too, right? The bar, because you already used your resource. Get back to it.
I'm assuming there that was my goal, was to bait out the pokes or anything that would be trying to catch my dash. But I guess the first time, the moment I see how delayed the jab was, I probably could have tried to approach again rather than just sticking to just trying to poke.
I mean, we can check this first game because, you know, you're biking, you're gonna run in a lot. Yeah, let's just how he reacts. So dash back on the run in there, or walk back in the run in there. Walk back. You both ran in, which is a different situation. He walks back on the run in there. So that's 2 defensive options. I would have noted that. That's the first time that he's poked the run in, but he's also already crouching. Yep, blocking, walking back.
Okay, that was just terrible spacing on my part. Unfortunate. It's alpha counter with.
Yeah, see, he has taken, out of the 4 run-ins that you've done, he has done 1 poke. And then this is end time stuff. He's gonna play as defensively as he possibly can, which is fine. Yeah, and then going into game 2, I think it's the same thing. I think he just walks back every time you do a run-in. Yep, walks back, walk back again.
That's my punish to deflect with.
Yeah, walking back on your run-in, walking back on your run-in. Then hitting the dodge because he's expecting the grab. Yeah, you just haven't taken an offensive option on that run-in. Or not enough, I should say. Every time you do, you get something out of it. It's a different situation.
Oof. Yeah, I guess I was scared.
Yeah, see, walking back. You were even in the corner and he was walking back. That's really where I'm like, man. Yeah. So you could have definitely hit a button. I'm not saying you should have grabbed or anything. I think just hitting a button is important there. Like allowing yourself to be the aggressor, at least sometimes, until he really just tells you you're not. And sometimes they're just better than you. which is unfortunately the truth, right? Sometimes, some days they're just better than you, and all offensive options are getting snuffed not because they're bad ideas, just because they're better than you.
Okay.
I hope that all kind of, those are the two things. With uni, I think was more like resource management and just willing to spend things even if it that on that uni clip, my biggest complaint was that you just like weren't using resources. And then there are some situations where I was like, I think you can abuse invincibility just a little bit more. With SamSho specifically, it's that risk management of you need to win the war, right? It's all about the long game. So when you're setting up risk, you have to kind of understand what you're doing, and it's a lot of that intentionality of it as well, which is really hard to implement intentionality into anything.
Yeah, which I mean, especially like now, and the like considering the factors of like the intensity of the matches and all that, I guess the best we can do is speculate what I was thinking and why. Usually, when I'm doing something, there's a reason. Unless the moments you can tell where something's desperation, like low time or something
that's
nonsensically risky.
Yeah. I mean, those are high risk, high reward kind of situation. Or the less time you have and the bigger health lead the opponent has, or health deficit that you have, you kind of have to take the high risk, low reward options more and more. Fortunately, it's just the nature of it's like poker. Have you played poker?
Video poker,
Before?
yeah.
Okay. I was thinking Hold'em.
No, I haven't.
There is a concept in Hold'em. Basically, once you're, so you know, like putting up antes and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
That's the way to encourage betting and make sure that people go. At about 2 or 3 big blinds, like if your chip stack is at about 2-ish big blinds, 3-ish big blinds, which means at most you can play like 2 more rounds in poker. You kind of just start alling in on mid-tier hands, just hoping.
Oh.
Yeah, because the math makes sense, right?
Like probability wise?
Yeah, or the expected value just makes sense at that point, because it's the most amount of money you can make. So you're just like, okay, well, I might be out, but if I win enough that I can just keep playing a normal. You just kind of have to play more aggressively.
Okay.
Granted, there's a lot more luck in that game, and it's a lot more like that game is pure risk reward. Right? We're going from something. SamSho, I think, is somewhere closer to the middle. If we are, we'll do paint. You can see my screen, right?
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah. So if we have like risk, reward to raw skill. This is how I want to think of this chart, right? They're similar charts and they all say the same thing, but I think this is the use of 3 R's makes me really happy. It's like plus R or something. Where the like being able to value your risk reward, you have like poker. I can't spell. It's what I'm learning today. You have like poker on this side. Versus like something that only values absolute raw skill would be like golf long drive competitions, right?
Yeah.
Where literally you're testing one skill and that's it. I think billiards also there is some risk reward. I think billiards, just looking at chat here.
I mean, unless you can perfectly evaluate angles and how things will interact.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes you know that you can't make a ball, and so you have to be like, okay, well, they can make the shot, but I'll make their next shot as difficult as possible.
Yeah.
But it definitely sits on this side. I think SamSho kind of hits here, ish.
Well, Lemon, that's actually a pretty solid example, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I can put more things on here. StarCraft 2 hits like here. Games that I've played. Melee is about here as well. I think League of Legends hits like here.
Oh, word.
Yeah, where like the raw skill matters, but you also have to be able to move around the map. And Fog of War inherently introduces a lot of risk reward management, for example. Things that will increase this are like human interaction, the human element, right?
Yeah.
Human.
That is technically an unknown that you don't fully control.
Yeah, no, it's something that you can't physically control.
Yeah.
Knowledge loss. So like Fog of War. Things like that, where you are actually just losing
agency
information. Yeah, you're just losing information. Like, which is why like MTG probably hits about here. Honestly, Yu-Gi-Oh hits like here. I don't know if you play Yu-Gi-Oh, but
no, I've seen it though.
Yeah, there's too many. I don't know where it is at right now. It kind of swings anywhere from like where MTG is to like where SamSho is based on how good your what tier 0 decks exist. But yeah. But managing risk reward, the value of managing risk reward allows you to make the opponent's raw skill matter less, if that makes sense.
Wait, make the opponent's raw skill
matter less. Like, if we do this as like a save. In a competition of raw skill, it just like a punching bag. Like, who can hit the punching bag harder? It is all just money, or it is all just muscle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter. In those kind of situations, whoever fucking lifts the most weights wins, right?
Yeah.
It's impressive. It's a lot of dedication to technique and whoever puts the most practice into it. But ultimately, it is just who has the best genetics and who has the most amount of effort. But if you value your risk reward right in games that have some amount of it, right? Because people who are bad at doing the, I'm just gonna call it RS and this RR. I had to think if these initials were bad before I started writing it in.
No worries.
But with low, I guess this is a bad graph. Because they have to focus on what the risk reward is, and they have to think about the game. Even if they can hit that frame perfect combo every single time, the moment that they have to think about that, they're really bad at that risk reward management. Their skill kind of like dips to here, because if they get the solid hit, it's like a Tekken, right? Everyone knows like a 3/4 health combo off of a hop kick. But if you're going for a hop kick every single time, you're gonna get destroyed because it's so punishable, right? That, I think, plus and minus frames are a very simple example of risk reward management. But sometimes you hop kick because it has to be in there. You have to go for the really neat, unsafe option.
You have to present the threat of it, or it might be useful in like a specific situation that you recognize and you can use it.
I think the best example of a person who I think has both really good raw skill and just amazing risk reward is fucking Daigo. The Ume Shoryu. When he hit that on Gamerby, holy fuck. Like the walk up DPs over and over again. And Gamerby did not once block it because it was not in his head Daigo would ever do it. And Daigo just wins off of that. Because inherently putting somebody on in knockdown just removes options that they can do, right? Yeah. So that's all that goes into risk management. It's not easy. It is definitely one of those things where it's just really hard to deal with, and it means something completely different to everybody. Because if you're like Punk, right, his risk management is different because he can react to things in a 2-frame window for some reason. I
don't know.
Right? Like, right? He inherently goes for riskier things. He's so much more confident that he can react to do things, or seemingly risky things, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which in itself reduces the risk of a situation. If you confidently know you can deal with something, then it's inherently not as risky.
Exactly. And you're getting the same reward because you as a player, the risk doesn't affect you the same. The reward is the same. Exactly. But when you when you add more risks to the opponent, it will inherently slow them down because adding risks is adding to the mental stack. I think this is the best way to think about it.
And so
this is only really important
wasn't doing
people
that?
who are good at the game.
And you said I mainly wasn't doing that. I would initiate but not present any risks.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that you don't, right? So if we're gonna add to this list, right? You have high low. I don't know why I'm doing this in fucking.
You can open up a Word doc or something.
Or you can open up a notepad. This is gonna be way better. All right. To add risks, which equals adding to the mental stack, right? So that includes high-low mix-ups, strike-throw mix-ups, and obviously this is different in each game, each exact situation, which is why this is hard. Reversals, are part of that. Teching, reaction, or otherwise.
OSs.
Tech chasing, yeah. And then so you have these are kind of the standard. This is I'm gonna hold on. Right. And then Oki mix-ups, which is just a very specific situation. I just want to throw it on there because people think about it while shit is happening.
Yeah.
Okay. So these are the standard I think that people need to be good at. These are just kind of what people should be thinking about. Of course, some games don't have left-right because you have a block button or high-low. I'm looking at you, NRS. Some games don't have like tech chasing. There are games that don't have tagging, but in general, these are kind of the basic things that should be in everybody's mental stack. If one of these things are not in your mental stack or in stuff that you are willing to put into your offense, get better, please. These are very easy things to implement into your gameplay. From here is like where I think is the break between once you get good at all of these, I think you are a very good player, and this is enough to like I think make it into bracket stage, like day 3, if you get really good at all these.
Yeah,
but then if
mental stuff, really.
Yeah, but then from there you gotta do, you know, meter management, chip kills, unsafe big damage, baiting, with punishes, slash shimmy. I'm sure there's more. I was not exactly ready to have this conversation.
No worries.
But I'm glad to have this conversation. These are kind of like the extra stuff that you can kind of throw in once. And I mean, you do some of this stuff, right? Like,
I tried to, yeah.
yeah, you definitely think about chip when it starts mattering. You definitely when it hits your brain, you think about meter management and stuff like that, right? For example, with like the meter management, if you're willing to just burn meter, they kind of have to just think about it sometimes, or like all the time. They just kind of have to be like, oh, he might just put me to half health for the sake of putting me to half health. So if he has meter, I have to think about it. It's not it doesn't add a lot to the mental stack, but you know, sometimes you just have to slowly add things until you break the camel's back, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
Unsafe big damage. That's like your big open ups, your
optimal punishes.
No. Unoptimal punish. We're talking about like, oh, I'm going to go for. Let me think of an example in a game that we both.
Oh, wait, you mean like doing like something risky that can get you big damage?
Yeah. So this is like, just to do a melee example, just because that's the game that I'm a little bit better at. This is like wave dash back on a tech chase, where you know you could just like tech chase and it's a little bit harder, but sometimes you're just gonna charge up smash in a corner, you know? Because you have to, because that way if they tech and you're already there, they kind of have to just think about the fact that, oh, he was expecting this. Kind of fucking sucks, but it's a huge read.
So high commit reads kind of thing.
Yeah, big damage, bad options to take turn back. Yeah, that's a better way to put it. And then, yeah, bad options to take turn back. Like, cheating your turn back. Cheating your turn back feels awful for the opponent. But the moment that you do cheat your turn back with a bad option, that bad option turns into a good option because you took your turn back.
Yeah, because it worked.
Does that make sense? Yeah, because it worked. And then with punishing shimmy, if you're really good at shimmying, if you're bad at shimmying, I think Brian F. talking to who was it? It was during one of the Sajam slams. He was teaching what's her name? The VTuber girl who plays Jury. Did you watch any of the slams?
No, not SK.
No, SK. Yeah.
Oh, it was SK.
He spent a huge amount of time with SK teaching her how to shimmy. There's a whole lot of it somewhere
Oh, I'm gonna need to
on
watch that.
YouTube. I would highly recommend it. That's one of those things that I think is applicable to every game, and it's a good watch. But yeah. But this, to be clear, this list is infinite and very game dependent.
Yeah, those are like the well, because the top feels like fundamental baseline things, and then the bottom is like intermediate, advanced
stuff,
various things to improve upon, or even optimization.
Yeah. And the reason why you have to cross this line before I personally think you should tackle any of this stuff is because of intentionality. Like, when you do a big when you're abusing meter management, if you do it as a bad player, right, it's usually just, oh, I have meter, I'm gonna do it. There's no real rhyme or reason. I have or they have meter, right? Or for the opponent, they're just gonna burn their meter because, like, whatever, they don't care, they don't know, right?
You're just doing it.
And you can't force them to manage their meter. This is, I think, the biggest example of this is burst and like guilty gear GG burst.
Yeah.
Like baiting burst out, for example. When to use your burst, when to bait their burst. Doesn't really matter. Chip kills happen accidentally, and trying to force a chip kill requires you to really think about how. Requires both you, for it to matter on the mental stack and for risk reward reasons. You have to really understand your chip damage, and to add to the mental stack, the opponent really has to understand what chip damage is.
Yeah, it's a
Hard reads.
situational thing.
Hard reads. If you hard read a bad player, that's not a hard read. I'm just gonna say it. If you have questions, you might be a bad.
Well, I guess for context, I might want you to elaborate, because
Oh, sure.
if you make a read on a bad player, is it more so the implication that they may not have even been thinking about it in the first place? So does that really count as a read?
Yeah. So yeah, it's not actually. So when you do, so I should say, this is as a bad player. When I say that, I meant as a bad player.
Oh, you mean
if
making
go for
reads
hard
as a
read
bad player?
and it works. That's not because you are not doing it for the right reason.
Yeah, that's like, because if you're a bad player and it looks like a hard read, that's not because you made a read. You did something because you wanted to and it worked out. Right?
Generally. And even if it was a hard, if you are thinking enough about the game where you'll notice patterns that you can punish really hard, you're not a bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I get what you mean then.
Yeah, knowing bad options take your turn back. This is a hard one to explain to people in a very palatable way, unfortunately. So I'm not gonna go too much into this. I think you understand what I mean by this. If you don't, then I can try to spend a little bit more time on this. But it really is just abusing people, expecting people is the bad option against bad players. The hard part about knowing whether or not your bad option was good because they didn't know it was a bad option.
Yeah, doing something
Versus,
unexpected that
yeah,
can work out because it's unexpected.
Yeah, you don't know if it's because they thought it was a good move or because they thought they weren't thinking that you'd ever hit that button. And that nuance is really important for it to be good. For it to be an option that you want to, for it to be a weapon in your back.
Yeah.
Is if they know it was a bad option and you do it once so that they have to think about, oh, is he gonna hit the bad button? Then then that's a very good thing because you're just randomly adding to the stack, right? That's just a thing that they have to think about sometimes. And then if you go to like a game 5 and then you do it, well, fuck, I forgot about it. And
Yeah.
yeah, right. And it happens all the time, especially in like top 8s. Ooh, it's one of my favorite things. With Punisher shimmies, this is pretty self-explanatory. Learning how to shimmy is really hard. I will say, Lemon Bop, you did say I love doing unconventional reads. That sounds like that you're doing an unconventional read. Means that you're probably not a bad player.
Well, because then it, like, again, that goes with what we said, where if someone is doing a bad thing intentionally, with knowing that it's a bad thing, and then it works because you knew your opponent's not going to expect the bad thing, does that still make it bad?
Yeah, exactly. And then we're just going into like this turns less into like, this is definitely more theory, I would say, based. This is just fundamental things that you should look out for and things that you should do.
Yeah.
And nobody's gonna be good at everything. Is gonna be the
fighting games are hard.
Yeah, fighting games are hard. That's why they're fun. Is there any other topic that you want to kind of hit on?
Let's see. Well, because I do like that you outlined these 2 sections of things that are important to work on, and in fact, I noted them all just in case. I mean, like, yeah, there's things that like we're all aware of, but it's still things I want to commit to memory, because that's part of what I'm trying to do when I work on my baseline, not just with offense, but in general, is being mindful of what I am and are not, like, considering and cycling in and, like, enforcing on my opponents.
Actually, I want to hit this one thing, unless you, and I can go over this off stream too.
Well, I would want you to elaborate on sticky note thinking, and I also just want to like double check and confirm the things that I had done wrong and what I should try to work on.
Yeah, this is more of a learning, or not learning. This is like an in-game philosophy that I have, which is so. Game start. Down. And you do some of this subconsciously for sure. There's no way you don't. I just want to add a little bit of intentionality to it. Is really what I'm doing. Down. Time. Need. How do you spell this word? Approached. Let's make this simpler. Jump in. the other thing that I was thinking of. There's one more thing. Oh, it's fine. This is a good place to start.
Okay.
If I remember it. If I remember it, this line is what I would expect, what I expect most people to think about in VOD review versus in-game. So sticky note thinking, the idea is when a situation occurs, a mental note that doesn't affect overall thinking is the whole idea.
Doesn't affect overall.
Yeah, like writing a sticky note. You remember to buy cat food, but don't need to think about it till end of day.
Oh.
Right. This is why I call it sticky note thinking. Is you can call it post-it note as well if you want to, but that's this is a concept that I really just like telling people to do.
So basically making a mental note of something to keep in mind, but it's not weighing on your mind at the time.
Basically, there's no reason for you to like actively think about this, but you'll note if kind of what we were saying in uni, I was like, oh, round start. I should say round start. Jump in. And these, I'm gonna dumb these down. You can be more specific, but I think it's a little bit hard to do.
Examples are good either way.
Defensive option. And you can kind of flowchart this as well. Especially if they do the exact same thing over and over again. So like, round start, do they take an offensive or defensive option? Do they run in? Do they back off? Do they bait? What happened, right?
Yeah.
And then I'll just take a mental note. You want to take a mental note of that. Once again, this is something you probably already do passively.
Usually, or try to be mindful of these things.
You know, meaty, grab, jump. This will also help you if you're just kind of looking for these things. So like, when you're knocked down, are they gonna go for the meaty? Are they going for a jump? Are they gonna go for a grab? It means if you are aware that they like to go for the meaty, it means that you can react a little bit faster to when they go for the meaty with a reversal or something. Or you just block, right?
Yeah.
You're a little bit more ready to tech the grab. You're a little bit more ready to punish the jump in. When they're knocked down, crouch. Sorry, I was like, why did I spell that? Crouch block, jump, throw, tech. Taking their turn back. Less options. Space. This is also easiest to hardest thing to just add, to be clear. Based on a combination of how often does this happen and how much actual time you have to make the mental note.
Yeah.
Look at jump back. Deficit. Down with grab. Obviously, this is grab. And then these are all to just kind of try to establish how you think their pattern is going to be, right? What are the options that they are going to try to do more than not? And then there's a billion things that you can note. And just, this is also more useful on watching what you do and trying to figure out how you're getting punished over and over again. Right, so jump. Jumped in. T-air. Overhead. Mesh. Things like that. I think this is the line where it's like, this stuff is almost impossible to think about in game actually, unless they get hit with overheads every single. That rarely happens. Finding a pattern in like a block, like how they react to block strings, is really hard to do unless you do the exact same block string.
Yeah,
time.
it's something incredibly specific.
But it's like one of those things where it's like, how do you tell if I'm getting, if they're just learning the pattern or if this is a habit? It's a lot easier to see in a VOD. Same with jumping. It's like, oh, are they actually just reacting or? There's more things, and honestly, I would be okay with putting this line up to like here, especially when you're VOD reviewing yourself, when you're thinking about yourself.
Oh, okay.
And how you want to handle it, and or like up here on when you're once again thinking about yourself. But you taking generalized notes in your head is really, really good. It helps you react to things just a little bit faster. And if you find patterns, of course, worse the player is, more obvious this is going to be, right? Maybe a bad player only knows a meaty setup, so you're just like, okay, well, I'm going to block every time I get up or I tech.
Because they're going to keep doing the same thing.
Yeah. Tech option. And then I think generalizing it into strings here as well. Yeah, and you can generalize it down past what I put down, or make it more specific. It's just the specifics matter less and less. Generally, as you play against better and better players, because they're going to mix up the round start every single time. They're going to mix up how they want to, what they want to do on knockdown. Obviously, also depends on the character, and this can also help. Right, once you collect all these sticky notes in your brain, and you've had this thinking, and you have downtime to put it all down into whatnot, it helps you formulate a game plan for the next time you either play that against that character or against that player. It also gives you a it's also a really good way to give yourself a labbing plan, right?
Yeah.
Because like sometimes you're like, oh, he went for this meaty every single. Can I just DP that? And you just test it. The same way we kind of did in Uni, right? While we were doing the VOD review, kind of doing this entire time. Like, hey, can you do this?
Yeah, in fact, I've noted multiple things that I want to test.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think this is like a really important thing to be a little bit more intentional about, especially out of game, obviously, but even in game, because your reaction time goes so much. Let's be real. I think a really good example for is when you're like anti-airing, right? Or not, when you're doing a tech option in a corner. You're in the corner, you're knocked down, This is I was thinking of this as like a, because it's, when I say it's easy to do, I mean specifically in corner options. But if you're looking for the jump in, it's easy to block an, I say it's easy, it's not that easy, but it's easy to block a raw overhead, a meaty overhead when you're teching. So you don't really have to place a lot of weight into it unless they start doing it every single time. That next time that you start seeing the wake up meaty overhead, you can just DP, and you just DP it, EXDP, like you're like in Street Fighter as an example.
Yeah.
You'll find that you can like react to things. Something that I'm such a dirty cheeser. Something that I've really learned how to Street Fighter 6 is react to Akuma's front arm, the like camera facing arm. Reacting to his elbow going past his back.
Oh, so animation specifics.
Yeah, it's because it's the same animation for him to do like a meaty palm thrust or a fireball, which Kami's level 3 goes through both.
Oh, so that's why, yeah. Okay.
So it's like a specific situation that I just keep finding myself in against that character. I have to be playing a lot of Street Fighter 6 for it to actually be good, because I'm specifically staring at that elbow when I'm in the corner.
Yeah, well, that's a good example though, because that's an inherent part of reaction is anticipation. In order for you to be as ready as possible to react to a stimuli, you have to know what it is you're trying to react to, so you have to look out for it. And that's actually a big part of reacting to things in fighting games is, well, there's various cues, like audio-visual cues. It can be animations, can be a sound, it can just be someone lifting off the ground, stuff like that.
And it is one of those things where it's like, I don't play enough. I do, sometimes I think something is an exclusive animation or like exclusive thing in an animation. I find out that I'm wrong, and I get like, heavily punished for it. But that's something that I'll like sticky note for later. Like that's a post game thing. I will. It's like time stamping your match. You're like, oh, that was an interesting thing. I'm gonna time stamp it so I can like look at that frame by frame. I didn't do that today. I was going to last night, but I didn't have time.
Oh, no worries.
Unfortunately, but I barely had time to make I had barely time to make this. You know?
I'm trying to remember where some of these pictures even from.
Messiest job I've ever done photoshopping something. I just took the eraser tool and just cut around everything. It was great.
Beautiful. Actually, send me that. I might want to say that.
I'll send it to you. I have it. It's 1080p. I have to go.
Oh yeah,
and
no
I'm
worries.
down to do this again. If you have more VODs that you want to review, or if you want to review the same VODs, we can. Or if you just want to talk about it.
Yeah, I definitely want to do this again. The one thing I want to ask before you go is making sure I got the general concept right from at least both matches. There were times where I probably should and actually needed to like initiate to aggress, but I wasn't fully committing to presenting, like fully committing to taking a risk and giving something, like presenting something for them to deal with.
Yeah, creating, it's just as a, so I will say this is more of a, this is also a, adding risks slash to the mental stack to the, I think this is really important for rushdown characters. Rushdown characters specifically. I'm trying to think of if there's any other like general archetype. Oh, rushdown and grapplers for sure.
Yeah. Well, that's part of why, like, personally, I considered Rushdown, Grapplers, and Brawlers all subsets of what I call the aggressors archetype. So I think that these sorts of things apply to all of them, honestly.
And zoner, where like conversely, I think mid-range. People can disagree with me about this. This is totally fine, but mid-range / zoners, their goal is to remove items from their mental stack. Right? When you're playing a mid-ranger, or the whole idea is, okay, like the most disgusting example of a zoner, Dalsim, right? Dalsim's super happy if you're 3/4 screen to full length screen away and just being happy.
Yeah, because their goal is to keep you away to not deal with what you have to do,
right?
Yeah, or what they want to do, so that they don't have to take risks in dealing with it.
And generally, when you're playing a zoner, and I will also yeah, when you're playing these characters, specifically, your game plan's super simple. Generally, it's super simple. Why, like, I think Shadow's a really good example of a mid-range character, especially in Street Fighter, is especially the basic version of your crouching medium kick into fireball, DP, anti-air, and sweep. Like, those are your 4 buttons. Shadow's is if they can't jump in, because you want to prevent jump-ins by crouching heavy punch. You want to keep them blocking low by crouching medium kick into fireball, which is safe, and make them have to back up because they can't walk, and then remove their ability to walk back. As a very simple, like, Street Fighter example. And if that's all that happens all game, your mental stack is free of anything. You can just be happy and beat your opponent slowly but surely, and that's a great way for people to learn the game. Which is why I think starting with these types of characters where you are items stack is so much easier than trying to learn how to play Geo from Guilty Gear, or like learning to actually, like, playing against good people with Zangief.
Like, actually layer stuff enough to fully condition people and open them up.
Yeah. I do think so this would be my goal. So for both the things, just using what you have available to you, or recognizing what the opponent has available to them. Funnily enough, this concept got, like, really just sat in my brain from watching an Excellent Adventures episode way back when. I'm trying to remember. It was with Bobby Scar. I don't know what episode it was. But it might have been over multiple episodes. Bobby was learning in Street Fighter 4 Ultra. Was learning Jury, specifically Ryu versus Jury. Which is like, hey, force the Jury to use her meter so that you just have more meter. You can lose life for that. That's fine. You can even lose a round for that. If you just have more meter, you're gonna bully them. And of course, a little bit more game specific, but yeah. Hopefully these ideas also help doing VOD review. And I did see Lemon say something about never actually analyzing your own matches before. It's a little bit harder too when I guess it's a little bit easier now since everyone can just stream their games. But I would recommend also watching for what you do really good. And sometimes you did just get mixed. It's so hard to explain that to people. The number of times that people are like, man, I should have blocked that. I'm like, no, you just got mixed, and that's fine. You can be happy with. I got fucked. I didn't know what he was doing. I wasn't confident enough to hit a button. I don't think I should have been confident to hit a button. Like when that Tsurugi fucking CS canceled the overhead even before it hit your block and just landed and grabbed you. Who the fuck's gonna react to that grab? By the time his feet touched the ground, I thought I was in blocks, but I was not in block. But you weren't in blocks. So yeah, those are the kind of things. Right. And also acknowledging what you're good at is really important. Usually, what I tell people is a good ratio is because people love analyzing their. It's a disease, honestly. But analyzing what you do to win is important. I usually say 2 to 1. 2 bad games for every good game. I personally do the opposite because I'm sadistic and I need the ego boost. A lot. Yeah. Any other questions, my friend? I don't know if your mic's, if you've been talking. I haven't been able to hear you.
Hello? There.
Oh, there you are. There you are. Hello, I can hear you. Hello? Can I hear you on stream?
Hello? You can hear me now, right?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I think the cable might be bad. My mic was going out. But I was gonna say, it like whatever gives you enough to like learn, extrapolate from. I'm lucky, or maybe unlucky, to where I'm pretty sure at least 80% of all footage of me on the internet has been of me losing throughout the past like 7-ish years at least. But I like that ratio of 2 bad games to 1 good game. Well, to me in general, I usually don't even like harp on wins or losses. I want to just understand things in general. That's part of why I like such analytical approaches to things, and why I'm just so nerdy about stuff. Is I just like at the end of the day, I just like understanding things.
Yeah, it is. It's obviously a person to. I think people do just get sucked into watching themselves lose over and over again, though. It is one of the least healthy parts about being really competitive, is that you always feel like you need to fix things, but sometimes it's not. You don't need to fix anything. You just need to move forward.
Yeah, understand what happened and move forward.
I'm glad that we got to hit a couple of things. I will say that I was very disappointed in your ratings of yourself.
Wait, really?
Yeah, you said a 7 out of 10. I really feel like you're like an 8 out of 10 player.
Really?
Yeah. I would say I would also give your hand rating like a little. I think your reaction time's pretty good. I think you're.
Is it? My reactions feel severely inconsistent.
Yeah, like O to the O2 side is like very. I don't think. I think you're better than the average, like significantly better than the average. And the fact that you get wins in SamSho is enough to prove that.
All right.
And then I want you to be a little bit more of a heart player, even in a brainy way, just like picking options sometimes, for the sake of picking options.
Well, it feels like it ties into what seems to be one of the main lessons of be willing to commit to taking a risk to present something for the opponent to have to deal with.
Yeah. Especially if you don't have anything to lose. Like, you don't really have anything to lose. I think that SamSho example is the biggest one, where I'm glad you said specifically that Bird's really bad versus Yoshi specifically.
Yeah, at least I would feel
that,
so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. But in that specific situation, like, literally the worst thing that could happen is he burns everything, right? And you die. But he burned everything. That means going into round 3, you have everything and he has nothing, right? So
yeah,
that's those. It's those kind of things where it's like, I'm gonna do it once, and if it hits, I burn everything and he dies, and I win the game, right? And you can have those kind of big. You can have another donut. Yeah.
that's a good way to put it. That's part of why I've always considered myself a pretty lame player, because usually I don't want to take risks in general. And it might just be a byproduct of the characters that I always play, the high execution, fairly high commit characters, and like you have to be really strategic and precise with what you do. I need to make sure I'm not always doing that when I switch over to my squirrely rushdown characters.
Yeah, it's also mainly because you like. It's also a product. I should say two things. One, it's because you play Russian characters that I'm kind of harping on this a lot, or I was harping on it a lot. It matters a little bit less. Also, the games that we played, or that we specifically use as examples, both kind of rely on that. Like SamSho especially.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's also how you bait out footsie stuff. That's, if you don't threaten options, then no one's ever gonna hit a button. But you kind of need people to start hitting buttons for you to find big openings. Generally.
Yeah.
And
you have to
SamSho,
get
that's kind of the
them to do something.
feeling I get.
Okay. Yeah. Exactly.
And Uni is like, man, you really just, you need to fuck people up for the sake of fucking them up. Like,
unfortunately, yeah.
If you're playing a rushdown character, it needs to be personal. I saw people memeing about Mika. Yeah, but the fact that she's a meme is so good. That's like that's the idea. That's the ideal. And then yeah, so it's a combination of the games that we were watching and the character style that you like to play.
Okay.
Yeah. And to be clear, as I'm going to loop in the last thing that I had you fill out, the Gojo fucking example. If to be clear, it's I guess it's a little less Gojo, a little bit more Sukuna. If we're gonna talk about JJK specifically.
Oh.
Where sometimes you just take the hit, right? And you're like, man, that did nothing, right? It's that first scene where Sukuna takes over Yuji's body and starts fighting, like tries to team up with the other special rank demon.
Oh.
Special rank curse. Where he's like talking to him and he's like, we should just go kill a bunch of kids, and the demon's like, I need to kill you. You're so scary. And you're like, oh, that's right. You're not smart enough to understand this concept. And I think if you have that amount, if you can bring yourself to have that amount of confidence, I think you do a lot. It's hard. The second thing is also you're taught to like play really defensively to get good at fighting games. So really turning it on its head is really hard. It's just not an easy thing to do.
It does not come naturally for me, no.
To anybody really. Like if you can get good by being a fucking shitter, it's so much harder of a path on the way up. Because basically the entire, like the best way to like learn most fighting games and get good at fighting games is to safe block, move forward, blah blah, right? Punish unsafe moves because they're gonna hit them. move. That's what climbing any new game is. It's like, okay, first like 4 ranks is just block the unsafe thing, do my combo, block the unsafe thing, hit him twice.
Pretty
And then
much.
and then you all of a sudden have to be like, okay, I have to do a thing to force him to do something else. Fuck. Because they're not just gonna hit unsafe buttons. Or even if they do, they spaced it, so technically is safe, and it's all this other crap that makes it really difficult to play the game.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
when you think about it, it cycles back and forth, because I think there's like a step before that where when people pick up a fighting game, oh, the goal is to get their health down to 0. I'm going to attack them. And then you learn that concept of, oh wait, things are unsafe. I need to be careful and be ready to punish my opponent when they do something unsafe. But like you said, we circle back around again. You need to take the risks to get them to be unsafe in the first place for you to be able to punish them. Yeah, it's just...
Yeah, it's just hard. Fighting games are hard, fighting games are fun. It's a journey of self-love and self-growth.
Yeah, I hope at this point that's become established, because I do feel like some content creators have, intentionally or not, kind of not, or they've sugarcoated it a little bit, where oh, fighting games, anyone can get good at a fighting game. Fighting games are pretty simple actually when you don't overthink it. I've always disagreed that fighting games are inherently hard.
Oh, I disagree with that concept. I think fighting games are inherently easy. I think being good at fighting games is incredibly hard. I think those are two very different.
Yeah, well, I guess that's the distinction you have to make, is that if your goal is to actually understand and improve in a fighting game, that is very difficult. Fighting games themselves can be pretty easy to hop into, but the moment you decide to actually learn a fighting game...
Yeah, the moment you want to get out of pools at a major, that's when everything fucking gets hard.
Absolutely.
that's the moment that you're gonna fucking lose your
yeah, I guess that's the distinction that should be made.
It's yeah, and to be clear, this is once again for everybody who, if you watch through the whole thing, that's crazy. We've been talking for a few hours now.
Thanks for chilling.
Yeah, but the way that I talked about concepts and the way that the things that we kind of focused on today would be something completely different. There's certain things like the sticky note thinking that I talked about that I think applies to basically everybody, at least something to be aware of. But I would approach coaching so differently if B-Boy wasn't already so good at the game. And honestly, I'd probably be less useful to people picking up Uni in those cases. Just because I don't know the game, like, internal mechanics well enough to be that helpful. But, you know.
I think the fundamental concepts alone were already really good to go over.
Yep. I'm glad that I could pick... I'm glad that I can help you realize what you're or.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm glad we got there, and I'll send you this I'll send you this fan art.
Alright, thank you. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it, Lemon. And like you said, I'm down to do this more. There's lots of things I need to go through, and things that I'm going to be trying to improve upon. So whatever is next that I come across that we could like go over specifically, I'll shoot it your way, and let's do this again soon.
Yeah. All right. I'll talk to you later. Love you, Ronald.
I love you, man. Thanks, dude.
Bye.
Laters.